Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, January 15th. It's Martin Luther King Day. It's freezing outside here in northern Illinois, central Illinois. Cold spell, we got a bunch of snow this weekend. It's just wild and crazy. We had today off for Martin Luther King Day, and then we have tomorrow off for a cold day. We had Friday off for a snow day. It's like, goodness gracious. Okay, looks like we have a few of you. Say hi. Thank you for joining. Okay, I'm going to try to pop on here so that I can, excuse me, kind of follow along. Watch for comments. So what did you guys do this weekend? Hopefully, if you were from the Midwest, you stayed inside. Hi, Margie. Margie's getting ready to get all heated up with weather. She's getting out of this cold. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, how's your weather out there? Are you guys getting hit with snow and cold also? Okay. Trying to think. We had a big demo event this weekend. So because we called off school Thursday afternoon for Friday, I left and drove up Thursday night to my sister's house where the event was up there in that area, and so that I could avoid the snowstorm. And I'm so grateful that I did, because they actually got more snow, I think, up there than we did here at my house. I would guess they got a good probably 12 inches. I think my brother had measured 15 inches off his deck, so if there was a little bit of extra there, but they got blasted up there. I had to dig my car out of their driveway to be able to go in for the event, which was supposed to be Saturday and got postponed to Sunday, but it all went well. Those who could attend, thank you for coming. Those who weren't able to make it, I'm so sorry that you couldn't get there. Your packets are going in the mail tomorrow. So you will have those and a PDF. I believe I sent that last night. So you will have that to be able to stamp and assemble your projects. Okay. Marianne, thanks for joining. Marianne had a special request. Could I show what to do with the Brayer? So we are going to do a project with the Brayer tonight. But before we get to that, don't forget, yes, likes, comments, shares help grow our watching community. And I do drawings every week. So this week, from last week's comments, likes, loves, tags, the first one is adhesive back birds and butterflies. These are on back order or not orderable until the first week in February, I believe. So Christy, and I'm sorry, Christy, I never know how to say your name, Flornow. These will be coming to you. These are so pretty to add on as embellishments, and they are like the butterflies. They are very nice and flat, so they don't add a lot of dimension to your project. The second winner is getting the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, and Jan Halsey is the winner of this. So Jan, I will be popping these in the mail to you. Okay. Before we get to our project, which is Valentine's Day, I wanted to share with you, last week Stampin' Up! Announced 2 new kits. They're making a change to their kit program or release of things, and they're going to start releasing 2 new kits every month, at the beginning of every month. And so these are absolutely amazing. I love them. The first one is Rock Legend. And you know what? Let's just flip it down so that everything's not upside down. Okay, let me get that out of the way. So bear with me for a second as we make that switch. Okay, coming back up. Close your eyes for a second. Can't let you have any sneak peeks around me here. Okay, so the first one is Rock Legends. Isn't this so fun? We got guitars. These are all die cut embellishments that are in the package. So fun. And so I put together one of each of the cards. There are 2 different cards. There's 4 of each. Notice they did them portrait. Okay. And I did both of them landscape. So here's this one. So you can turn it the opposite direction and it works great. It's got these die cut, or not die cut, like designer paper. They're a little heavier than designer paper. They're one-sided. to be able to mount onto the black card. And then the inside is just plain. And then, isn't that fun? It's got a nice red plaid envelope to go with it. We added red stars that are in the kit. This ginormous pick is out of vellum, so you just attach that. There is no stamping in this kit. So again, you get 8 cards, 8 envelopes, all the embellishments for $14. Isn't that fun? And here is the second one. So again, instead of portrait, I turned it and did it landscape. So quick and easy. And I mean, these would be, leave the happy birthday off, but they would be awesome for Valentine cards. You could do them with your kids, with your grandkids. Very quick and easy to assemble. Okay. And then the second one, and I love this, partially because it's pink and so, I know you're not supposed to say this, but it's so girly looking. I just love. This one could be a little bit more boyish, but I love this pink. We have one that's a slimline, and these I did exactly as the kits are. So look at, I mean, this looks kind of small, but this is, well, let's see. It is 8.5 inches long by 3.5 inches, and then it's got a coordinating envelope to go with it. Isn't that fun? Hey there. And then it's got 2 different pieces of, or a piece of grass that you attach with dimensionals, and then the 3 different panda bears. And then there's little embellishments to add on to it. And then the inside is just ready for your message. Okay. And then the second one, and I love the little antenna hearts. And then it's got a really fun black envelope, polka dots on one side. This other one also has the little writing spot for the address. So adorable. And again, so quick and easy. I ordered a couple extras for some surprise little gifts that I'm sending off. Okay, again, there's our host code. Tonight's projects, and I say 2. We have a card and an item. I do have some extras, so I am doing kits. I believe I have 7 kits. So anyone who places an order of $35 or more between now and, we'll say Friday, I will pop off one of these kits to you, okay? We are going to use, like I said, we're going to use the Brayer. We had Brayers years ago, and then they disappeared, and now they just brought it back again. So it's a retro Brayer. I love, it's got these little hooks, and at first I'm like, God, those just get in the way. It's actually a stand so that the Brayer doesn't touch your work surface, so you don't get ink all over everything when you're working between projects. Love that. Okay, so we're going to use the Brayer for Marianne, and then we're going to use the Adoring Hearts die bundle or embossing folder bundle. It is a set of dies, and then it's also an embossing folder. They coordinate together. You can stamp, cut, and emboss all at the same time, all in one movement. Isn't that cool? Okay, so we're going to start with the card. And I got to find my little packet, my little cheat stuff. Okay, here's this. And what? Oh, the other ones are behind me, I guess. What we're going to do first is, okay, the cool thing about, let's see, this is a different one. We're going to start with that one, I guess. Okay. We're also using the Thoughtful Moments. And I got to go find the die for that, or the embossing folder. Thoughtful Moments bundle is also a die set that has an embossing folder. Here it is. Okay. So it's got lots of words. Thank you, hello, oh happy day, thinking of you, love you, you make me happy, with sympathy, celebrate, just because, and get well. Okay, so I started with a piece of basic white that is 6 by 6 because it will fit the whole piece. Okay, we are going to ink up The side that says Stampin' Up, open it up and we're going to ink that side up. Okay? And we're going to use real red ink. And we're going to use our brayer. Okay? So we're going to take our ink pad and we're just going to, kind of like a paintbrush or paint roller, we're just going to pick up ink, making sure that the roller is twirling around. Okay? We're going to turn it so that these little knobs are facing up. And then we're going to run it over our embossing folder. Okay? And you can kind of see that the ink is going on the raised up parts of the embossing folder. That's going to give us our stamped image. Okay? Now we're going to flip it. We're going to use these as our holders so we don't get ink all over everything. We're going to close our ink so I don't get ink all over everything. We are going to take, now where did I put the die? Okay. We're going to take the whole big die and we're going to lay it right over the top of, and I've got to get it going the right direction. Where's my big hello? It's right there, sorry. Okay. Because it's raised up, it's going to lock it in place so it doesn't slide around. Okay, we're going to set our paper right on top of it, and we're going to close our folder. And now, I should have brought it up here already. We're going to pull our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine up here. And we need our plate. Okay. And then we need the thick plate for the embossing folder. Okay. We don't need the other two plates. And I know you can't see this real well right here. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and put our embossing folder in there. Put the dark gray plate on top of it. And then we're just going to crank it through. Okay. And it will be tight feeling. And it's going to wiggle the camera all around. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And then when we open it up, we take our die cut out. All of our things. This is garbage, so it's okay when the ink goes in spots that you don't really want it, because this is all garbage. Get the trash over here. Okay. And then you can just use a baby wipe or a wet cloth to your Simply chamois to clean that all off. Okay. Right now, I'm just going to set it off to the side. And then we have all of our fun letters or words. Look at that. You make me happy. So you still have the raised up, but then the ink goes down into the creases a little bit. It's just so cool. Now, that's cool, but let's get the embossing folders or the die cut machine up here again. And let's get the die in here, because then I put stuff everywhere here. I can't figure out where I put it. Now I have a piece of 6x6 face or real red. We're going to get our plate. This time it's all our regular sandwich. So it's our platform, it's our thin plate, it's our really used cutting plate. Okay, so then we're just going to put the real red on there. We're going to put the die right over it, a regular clear acrylic plate, and then we're just going to die cut it out again. And it's going to wiggle and jiggle all over. Okay. Again, let's get that out of the way. And then this is garbage, or you can use those scraps to cut some other pieces. I've already pre-cut the pieces that you could use that for, but it works great. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way for now. We're going to come back to it again. Okay, so now you have all of these fun shapes that you go, what on earth? So then you take hello that we inked, hello that's solid, and then you glue them together with a shadow so that you get this. Isn't that fun? It just makes it pop. It's so pretty. Okay, so we are going to, let's see, I gotta find, I want this one. And then I want, so you can cut smaller pieces and then you don't have all of this left over, or you can cut the 6x6, do a bunch at once, get a little bag and store those things in there. I went ahead on my first one and I just glued them all together so that I have a whole stack of them that I can then use on another project. I'm going to get those out of the way. I'm going to get these out of the way. It is just so cool. Okay, now Linda Vanderspool, this is when we pull our silicone sheet in for sure, right? Because we need our glue. And we're just going to, oh, goodness gracious. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of glue on the back. We're going to glue these together and let them set for a minute. Okay, and then we're going to do the You Make Me Happy. Love You is going to go on the other project. You Make Me Happy is going to go on our card project. Okay, so again, you're just kind of offsetting it so that you get like a little shadow hangover. Okay. And I'm just going to set that over there right now so that it can dry. And again, the reason we use the silicone sheet, because when you put glue on, sometimes you get it where you don't want it, or it oozes out. It'll peel right off from here, so it's ready to go on your project. Okay? All right. So before I go further with that, now the heart embossing folder, Adoring Hearts Hybrid Embossing Folder, does the exact same thing. But you can also use it just as an embossing folder or just the dies. Okay? So we're going to use the embossing folder on a piece of basic white that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. We're going to open it up. We're going to, let's see, it's got all three, so we've got to be close with our lineup. Okay, we're about even here. We're about even here. We're pretty straight. Okay, let's get our die cut machine up here again. Get rid of this gray plate. Whoops, I said that wrong. With the thick embossing folders, you want just the platform and then the dark gray plate for the top, right? Okay, we are going to put that in here and we're going to go ahead and crank it through. Sure we are. Lord have mercy, that's tight. Okay, hang on. I did a bunch of them this weekend and I kind of warped the folder, so it is a little bit tight. And each machine is a little different. Okay, well that's kind of embarrassing, right? Okay, really shouldn't be that tight for you. Give me 2 seconds here. Whoops. Let's seal this. Okay, we cheated a little bit and I used my other one, okay? And there you have two different sides. One, these hearts are dipped down and the centers are raised up. The other side, you have outsides raised and insides dipped down a little bit, okay? Oh, you are right. I shouldn't have had this plate in there. That's why it was so tight, you guys. Sorry about that. It should have been just the platform and just the gray, not this one. Thank you, Beth. I didn't realize I had that one in there. Okay, so we have our basic white piece with hearts. Okay, we're going to pull out our other pieces for the card. So we have a real red base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So then we're just going to fold it. We're going to use our bone folder. Okay, then we have a piece of basic black that's going to go on there. The basic white is going to go right on there as our centerpiece. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put adhesive on this and attach this to the black. And then I decided I wanted a piece of the black and white gingham across the center. So I cut a piece that's, oh, I don't know, 10 inches, 12 inches. Okay, and I'm using my bone folder. And a reminder to those who have the bone folder and can never remember, okay, you bring it from the back to the front, cross one side over. I'm left-handed, so I always cross the left side over to the right. I'm doing it because I'm going to offset my bow. I'm doing one side longer than the other. And then tuck it underneath everything, wrap it over, and then tie a knot. And that's it. Super simple. Okay, so like I said, I did it so that one side is much longer than the other side because I am going to put my bow over here on this side. We're going to put words up here, okay? So we're going to put adhesive on the back. Okay, and I'm going to put my bow here. I'm going to wrap my ends. And then we're just going to attach it to the front. And then I'm going to take my You Make Me Happy from the previous step. And I just forgot something else that should be on my workstation. And of course it's not. So, let's see if it got stuck in here. Nope. And did it get stuck with? Yep, there it is. Okay. With this die, okay, this is part of the Adoring Hearts. Okay, you can cut out all 9. Again, this, you can ink those up, you can lay this on it, and then die cut it, or you can just die cut it out this way and it embosses. The card that I had on today's blog post, that's what I did. I simply embossed and die cut, and there's no ink on it at all. Isn't that pretty? This is the Softly Sophisticated Celebration one. Okay, so I took this, and then I took one of the plain hearts, and I die cut the Flirty Flamingo so that I have just the rim of the heart. I saved the inside of the heart for the next project, and I might have to cut. I thought I did, but I'm not seeing that right now either. But, okay, so I have this. This is going to go right underneath this one, kind of like that. And then I'm going to turn it upside down. And you know I love my dimensionals. So we're going to put a big long dimensional there. We're going to put one over here. That will hold that into place. And then we can get the rest of our dimensionals there. Peel our backings off. And then we can attach it right here. Adorable, sweet and simple. Okay, but the inside, and now I'm getting a little fussier sometimes with my inside. Usually we stick a white piece in, but since the front has black and white, I kind of wanted black and white on the inside also. So I have another layer. And we're going to attach that inside. But then I thought, this fun die set has this row of hearts. So I die cut real red hearts that can then go right down at the bottom. Isn't that cute? Okay. So we're just going to glue. We got an extra one. You can do whatever you want with that one. Okay. And I found from the embossing tool edition, excuse me, I found these little tweezers incredibly helpful when you're trying to put glue on little pieces. Okay. And that's kind of a lot. Let's put another one on there and grab some of that. I like to do the two outside pieces first and then the center piece. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Nancy. I didn't see everybody else who's jumping on, but okay. So there's our card all set. And look, you make me happy. It doesn't even have to be a Valentine's. It can just be a love card. It could be an anniversary card. It could be a thank you card. Okay. So then I used parts and pieces from this to create a framed art or home decor. Okay, I found that I had some of these left from Dollar Tree. So we're going to take this out. Hi, Annette. Okay, we're going to take that twine or jute out of there. We are going to use a piece of real red ribbon. We're going to feed it into here from both, actually, and I'm trying to decide if I want a knot on the front side. Did I do it long enough to do that? Maybe. No, because then you're going to have that end sticking out there. I don't want that. Okay, so we're going to go to the back so that the front is nice and clean. Okay, to the back, we're going to tie probably a couple knots over the top of each other to make it bigger. Okay, so we're going to tie it once because we want to make sure it doesn't pull back through that hole. And then we're going to stick it down in here. And we're going to tie it again. Is that going to be enough? It is. So then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So when you cut your ribbon, you want to make sure that you have a long enough piece to be able to tie it a couple of times because that's going to take up a little bit of your ribbon. Now, the kits that I said I would have prepared, if you place a $35 order this week, will have the ribbon pieces for you. If that's too long, you just have to pull it and tie it a little bit tighter or a little bit closer, okay? Little string. Okay, so we're starting with this, which is why I went with the black and white gingham, because then it coordinates, okay? And then I took, oh, and I forgot to bring that over, the Mostly Adored designer paper, which is a celebration choice, okay? And I chose 3 different prints, and I used the 9. I used this to cut the hearts out of the designer paper. I didn't use the single ones. I used this one because the hearts are a little bit bigger, okay? And I die cut those out, okay? And we're going to kind of go one here, and one up here. All right. Then I took the Love You that we did earlier. That's going to go right here. Okay. And then I used the insides and I cut, and I just remembered they're up here hiding. Okay. Oh, I needed to cut a third one. Oh, we're going to steal it from here. Okay. So I cut 3 of these hearts. We are going to just kind of overlap the hearts. Okay. And then I got a hair here that just doesn't want it. In this Thoughtful Expressions die set, which cuts out all the words, there is a little row of hearts. Okay, so I cut that out twice. Is that the way I want it? Sure it is. Okay, I cut it out twice, and so I have 10 little itty bitty hearts. And we are going to just scatter those around on here. Okay, so we're going to start first with, of course, we need dimensionals, right? And I pulled in the mini ones and some of the chunks from here to be able to get into some of these smaller spaces. There's one there. There's one down in there, and then there's one there. Okay, so that can go there. Then I also used dimensionals on these hearts. These hearts we're going to put down flat. Okay, my screen keeps disappearing. Okay, so there's one. And there's one, and one more. Okay, then that's going to go there. So let's go ahead and, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this corner dimensional off so that I can kind of get where I want on the overlap. And we're kind of going to go, yeah, I want a little more like that. Then I can put glue on this. And I can take my dimensionals off. Okay, and then we're just going to stick it down. We're going to commit right there. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And we're going to kind of sort of try to get it somewhat the same. We're going to pull our dimensionals off there. We're going to put glue on the back of here. And we're going to attach this one. And then our third one. Okay, you liking this? Yay, good. Okay, and then we're going to go kind of to the top on this one. We're going to take our dimensional backings off. Nicole Fabry, are you on? These are hearts and they're pinks. Honey, this is right up your alley, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and attach this. Right in here. And then we're going to take these little hearts and we're going to see how we're going to do on this. Because these are little itty bitty babies, okay? And so I'm just going to start by kind of scattering them around. We could have used, like cut some of these bigger ones, but I really liked just like the little splatter with these smaller ones. Okay, so we're going to start. You know it should always be odd numbers, right? You never want even numbers when you're doing embellishments. And so when I die cut it, I cut it twice, but we're only going to use 9 of them. Okay, that's 6. Then I need another small one in here. And then I need another small one over here. And then we're going to take one of the medium ones and just kind of go there. What do you think? You like the placements of those? Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want my pick tool or if I want... Okay, so let's try. We're going to pick one up. We're going to put, and some of them, okay. I'm going to take this piece back out here that I had used before, and we're going to put a little gob of glue. It's easier to work that way than it is the other way. Okay, let's try this. And then let's just dip. You can use a toothpick. You can use your pick tool. It will all clean off. Okay. Oh, I got some on the front. So then we're just going to add that here. Odd numbers balances it out, Teresa. If it's even numbers, sometimes, and not always, but sometimes it just doesn't look quite right. Okay, you know what? I'm all over the place. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out the best way to be able to do this. So we're just going to grab a little bit of ink or a little bit of glue, and we're going to attach each of these. Okay. And that one was up here. Again, you don't want too much glue because it will do that. It'll kind of block out. I should have put it on my silicone sheet, shouldn't I, Linda? Okay, then this still gives us enough time to be able to kind of straighten it out a little bit. And then we're going to come back into this. We're going to grab a little bit. And then we're going to get, so we're just going to go through and we're just going to attach each one of them. But I am kind of blotting off when I get too much glue, or trying to anyways. Okay. Another little one. We'll get that into the little bit of glue. Oops. Okay. That one, that one, that one, that one. And then we're down here. And I believe this is the last one. Okay. Yep. Okay, we got them all. Yay. All right, let's get the end of that wiped off a little bit. And I don't know where I put my little, there it is, cover, so I don't stab myself. Let's get that in the garbage before we get glue all over everything. Okay. And now if we wanted to, tell you what, let's take this last little bitty, because remember we had 10 of them. So let's take this last one and let's just go ahead and add it right onto our card. Just one. Cute. Okay. And then we have our fun home decor piece. I can't really call it a frame dart, I guess, because it's not a frame, but very sweet and simple, very fast, quick and easy. Okay. So again, place an order this week for $35 or more between now and Friday, and you will get all the pieces for this. Okay, these will be die cut out for you. There's no stamping, so we don't have to worry about that. And then you'll be able to assemble and make these on your own at home. Just make sure that you use this host code. Let's pull it down so you can see it. Okay, then I know that you were watching this week. Awesome. Judith says it looks good with just one on there. It kind of brings the little red colors in. I use the Flirty Flamingo one here because it kind of coordinates if you're going to do it as a gift. It brings all of our little Valentine colors in. Okay, Cheryl likes it. Awesome. So glad you guys like this. Hopefully, Marianne, it showed you one way to use the brayer. You can also use it directly on your cardstock to color things. Like, let's see, give me 2 seconds. Okay. Right now in the mini catalog are these really fun square round pillow boxes. Okay. And you can, let's get that out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. So these things all fold. You fold them on the score line. And then it goes together like this as a little gift box. Some don't like it in white. Okay. So then we could take our real red. We could take our Brayer, which we're going to, again, turn so that these go up when we want to use it. Get it all inked up. Well, it looks like my screen is froze. Hopefully it's still moving for you guys. Okay. And then you're just going to roll over it. And you just kind of keep going back and forth. Sometimes you get little splotches. Right now, I'm not sure why I'm getting what I'm getting right there. Now, it could be fingerprints. But then you just keep working your way over. See how it stays white on the score lines? There we go. It's moving now. Okay. And now when I go to decorate this, it's going to be covering up a lot of, so the splotches really don't matter. But it could be fingerprints because I've been touching and playing with it and stuff. Will the glass mat be available to purchase after celebration? Possibly, Linda. Right now, we don't know. Right now, it's only for new recruits. So anyone who would like to join as a either hobbyist, which is fabulous, or as someone who would like to do it as a business. But if you want just a discount, call it a Costco membership. That's kind of what it is. You get a discount on all your stamps. You can choose the new Glass Mat Studio for an extra bonus to your starter kit. Okay, so Marianne, this is another way that you can use the Brayer, I was going to say Brayer brush. It's not. So it's really kind of like a paintbrush. It just applies ink in different areas. If you have a big background stamp, and you know sometimes they're hard to get even pressure on, you can put your ink up your stamp, put your cardstock on it, and then use this without any ink on it and just roll it. It gives you even pressure over the top of the stamped image so that it grabs better. But that just gives kind of a fun look, don't you think? Okay, what does Linda say? Try using the glass mat for the Brayering the pillow box. Yeah, it can. Again, I haven't played with my glass mat yet, so I'm not sure the difference that it would make other than the ink goes on, instead of on my paper, it'll go on the glass mat, and then you can wipe that all off. But I'm not sure it gives you a clearer spot. But isn't that fun? So, Marianne, just for you, there are a couple of things that you can do with your Brayer. These two embossing folders are excellent ways to use it. They are so much fun to be able to stamp, die cut, and emboss all at the same time, which is awesome. Okay, so you guys have a fabulous week. Stay warm, and I will see you. Cupid's Valentine Workshop. Today is the deadline. So if you have not signed up or emailed or texted or messaged me and you still want in, please respond right away. I will be placing an order tomorrow morning. I have to expedite the order to make sure that it gets here in time. So make sure that you respond tonight. It is $50 in person or $59 in a kit by mail. You get designer paper and ribbon and embellishments, and we will make 4 treat holders and 3 cards using the Be Mine Valentine set. We will be sneaking in some of this paper along with the other designer paper, so it is going to be a blast. So you guys have a great week. I will see you next Monday. Everybody have fun. Bye-bye.